Well, I've imaged this particular galaxy before, NGC 278, when I did the Andromeda family of galaxies. This is not an Andromeda family galaxy, but it is in Cassiopeia, not far from two of them were remote members, satellite members of M31. This one's magnitude 10.8, face-on 2.4 by 2.4 arc minutes. It's a spiral. It's a class BB, which means it has spiral arms, but it also has a good extension of stars outside of the spiral arms, like our own galaxy and like M31. It's 39 million light years distant.
And that is a very nice galaxy. Although it's looking a bit more extended and edge on than is suggested by its size. It looks like the 6 to 12 axis is quite a bit, at least visibly more extensive. And it looks like there's hints of a spiral arm going up to the 12 o'clock position, so it might be a little left or right-handed in a sense. Very nice view. I like the stars around it. Very nice pattern. Nice to have another look at this one. And it's getting very close to being hidden by the observatory roof. So I'm glad I caught it when I did.
Well, NGC 404 is a galaxy in Andromeda. Its magnitude's 10.3, nearly face-on, 4.3 by 3.9 arc minutes, and elliptical. And it's nearby, must be a member of the local group, 10.1 million light years. I'm not sure about that. It may be outside the bounds of the local group, but we'll have to look online for that information. However, it's near a very bright star. I will have to tell you what it is by looking at a chart, but look at the galaxy and you can see the bright star in its neighborhood. It's got to be like, maybe, could even be Alpheratz for all I know. I normally don't do alignments with very high, I do them with very fast shutter speeds. So I would not have noticed this when doing alignments. But the galaxy is so close, and it'd be a great one for amateur astronomers that want to learn to find their way around the night sky. I know one of the things I always looked for at the time was the fact that there were neighboring stars, and then because I had a push-to mount, I had to push it myself. I could go north, south, east, or west in a particular direction to find. That's a beautiful galaxy, though. Wow. Nice extensions, bright central core, elliptical. Very nice. NGC 3184 is another galaxy in Ursa Majoris. Magnitude 9.8. Pretty face-on, 7.6 by 7.4. It is a spiral. I can't promise you any spiral extensions. It's only 28 million light years distant.
Oh, I see the spiral extensions. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, yes. You can see the spiral arms wrapping around it in a clockwise direction. At least I can. Try to hold the camera so you can get a view. Beautiful face-on spiral with spiral arms. Wow. That is very, very nice. Gorgeous. Well, I'm rather overextended here. I'd like to keep it on there a bit longer. I'll sweep the field. I think there may be some other attendant galaxies, and you might be able to see other aspects of its detail. Oh, there's the shot right there. Look at that. Spiral arms. How about that?
Another beautiful galaxy, NGC 3198, galaxy in Ursa Majoris, magnitude 10.8, fairly bright, kind of edgy on, 8.1 by 3 arc minutes. It's a spiral of class capital B, and it has a C. It includes a ring right there, 39 million light years distant.
And there's our view. At an odd position for me. There might be several satellite galaxies in attendance as well. This is another one of those near edge-on galaxies, but without the dark band showing along its edge. Could be a matter, it is kind of tilted, so we might not be seeing it. But there's plenty of structure there to be seen, including some high H2 regions to the galaxy. This is a sweetie. I want you to note also that at 128 flood, we're not getting a lot of the distortions we were getting in stars that we see at 256. So I may have to give up a little bit of aperture to improve the aesthetics by keeping it all my galactic studies at 128 flood. But there's a very sweet view. A little closer, 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 closer. I want to reach.
NGC 3489, Galaxy in Leo, magnitude 10.3, 3.6 by 2.2 arc minutes. It's a class spiral with a large bar, still type of an O, with a slight A, an extension. I guess that would be 32 million light years. Not a particularly large galaxy, probably a super dwarf.
And there's our view. Clearly a galaxy. There's some smudges around it. Well, if it isn't the focuser, it could just be some of the water vapor and atmospheric disturbances making imaging this evening rather unpleasant. If I do get another chance, I will come out, but not sure that's going to happen with the conditions the way they've been recently. So there's our view of Galaxy 3489.
NGC 7217, magnitude 10.1, fairly large, 4 by 3.4 arc minutes. It's a spiral, 47 million light years distant. It's in a gray sky position, and it's giving a fabulous view.
Look at that. Beautiful spiral galaxy. It almost looks like an elliptical. It's so dense. Wow. Look at the color. It's got a reddish tint to it to my eye. And look at that region of space, so populating the stars. For those who have seen previous galactic images, most have been in the 13th, 14th magnitude range. 400 million light years distant. This one's quite neighborly. What a fabulous view. Gotta love galaxies. More than 90% of the catalog is galaxies. And adding an imager like this is really making it possible to just pick them out. Otherwise, they're very challenging to the eyeballs.
Okay, once again, we're going to have a look at Galaxy NGC 7448 in Pegasus. Magnitude 11.7, 2.6 by 1.2 arc minutes in class SBC. Galaxy spiral, 101 million light years distant, about 33 million light years further out than the great galaxy in Andromeda M31. Had to do a polar flip to get to it, and surprisingly, on doing it, ended up with a pretty good centering, because I had earlier done a star alignment with Altair and Vega. That is a pretty impressive galaxy. You can see the extensions, the core. Pretty much we're seeing there more than what, in terms of the structure of the galaxy, than we could fit into the screen with the great Andromeda galaxy. And you can also see the screen's a little bit darker. The contrast isn't as bad. And part of that is there's so much low-level brightness in M31 that you can't tell the difference between obscuration caused by the atmosphere and actual low-level luminosity coming off a galaxy. Very impressive, 11.6 magnitude galaxy. Let's go on.
Okay, our next study is going to be NGC 7640. Excuse me. It is a galaxy in Andromeda. Magnitude 11.3, 10 arc minutes by almost 2 arc minutes. This should be a fairly edge-on spiral galaxy located 29 million light years away. 40 degrees declination, should fall well within the range of the work envelope of the observatory telescope. There we go. Once again, we're going to give it the time it needs to generate an image. We're looking for a long, thinnish, nearly edge-on galaxy. Now I'm seeing something that appears to be the galaxy with a north-south orientation, but from this angle the screen is presenting it as though it were a shadow, and you can see it with the tip of my finger there, and I can't tell you whether or not, yeah, that's the galaxy. It's hard for me to get my head lined up with the screen. I'm hoping you're getting an image there. But that's most certainly an edge-on presentated galaxy with a brightish central core shooting off due north and south on the screen, so from the 12 to the 6 o'clock position. I'm really trying to line up my eye to tell, but I'm hoping the video camera I'm using to capture this image with will display it nicely. So, there we go. NGC 7640 Galaxy.